The 25th anniversary of Triple H edition of SmackDown opens up with the New Day making their way to the ring. To recap, Big E defeating The Miz and Jey Uso in a triple threat match last week to win the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. Kofi praised Big E for winning the titles last week in a triple threat match. He tried to get the fans to cheer Big E, but Big E pointed out there was no fans. Kingston said they have more tag team championship reigns than teams like the Hart Foundation, the British Bulldogs, and Demolition. Well, they do because they lose all the time. I mean, Hart Foundation, they were just, changing the belts back and forth like that. I guess they were doing it in the Attitude Era with the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. So they did it then, certainly, but, the 90s, or late 80s, early 90s, they were doing it like that. So they have The Miz and John Morrison. So first of all, actually, the Lucha Host Party interrupts. No one cares. Then they have The Miz and John Morrison interrupt, and they ignore the Lucha Host Party and jump in the ring, which is really appropriate. The Lucha Host Party are a bunch of fucking losers anyway. Miz pointed out that they never lost the titles in a tag match. Morrison knows New Day never beat them in a traditional tag match either. Lucha Host Party jumps in the ring. No one gives a shit. Grandmaster Leak is trying to speak insanity. Didn't one of them fired? Lindsay Dorado's fired. I think Kalisto and Grandmaster Leak are something. I think Lindsay Dorado's the one who was released. Pretty sure. They should all be released. Kalisto should release. He was whining a month or two ago about his status in the company. I think he should be released. And I certainly think Grandmaster Leak should be released. But I guess Dorado's gone. Forgotten Sons interrupt. They make their way to the ring. Steve Cutler noted since they came home from defending their country, they struggled. Jason Reichser said Miz is a poser and only played them ring in the movies. Forgotten Sons are real. Wesley Boyd pointed out that they'll never know when they're going to strike. Forgotten Sons jumped the New Day and Lucha Host Party. They beat the New Day as Miz and Morrison run out of the ring. They air clips after. They get the heat on the New Day, the Forgotten Sons, if they got put over here. We'll see what they do with them. They air clips of Triple H, his debut in 1975 as Hunter Hearst Helmsley. In the back, John Morrison and Miz are fierce what happened. Renee Young approached him and asked about the Forgotten Sons. Miz and Morrison were concerned with the Lucha Host Party, so they wanted to deal with them. They recap Corbin attacking Elias last week. Oh, who cares about that? Cole noted Elias' injuries hampered his music career. He can't perform or sing for the time being. King Corbin defeats Drew Gulak with Daniel Bryan. They have Daniel Bryan doing nothing here. This wasn't much of a good match. He got the win. Corbin got the win. And Cesaro and Nakamura are the ones who helped them. They attack Daniel Bryan on the floor. I don't know. Are they still with Sami Zayn? I hope Sami Zayn leaves. That'd be awesome. Anyway, fuck Sami Zayn. Did I say that? Oh wait, I'm sorry, mate. Fuck Sami Zayn. Anyway, Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura attack Daniel Bryan on the floor. Drew Gulak jumps out of the ring to make the save. Corbin jumped Gulak from behind and hit the end of the days for the win. Corbin qualifies. Cesaro and Nakamura held Gulak as Corbin hit him with the scepter. So it seems like that could be a new stable. And Cesaro and Nakamura ditched Sami Zayn for Corbin. Corbin's awful. Michael Cole and Corey Graves discussed Rob Gronkowski. He's still going to be 24/7 champion. We all know he's gone. If you don't know the story, yes, I don't say everyone knows if you don't know. He retired a year ago after he won the Super Bowl with the Patriots. Then he is traded to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That's where his old quarterback, Tom Brady, I don't know if you've heard of that guy. You probably have. You've probably heard that name somewhere. Anyway, he's reunited with his old quarterback, Tom Brady, in Tampa Bay. And he is there, and he's still the 24/7 champ because he never lost at WrestleMania, so he's not giving it up. I guess he can actually defend it in football games and have him lose. I guess if he plays on Fox. Oh, but that's stupid. Anyway, he's still a 24/7 champ. Gronk is. I think he's not going to come wrestle. I'll just play football. And we'll have to see him. That's what I hope. Sheamus kills Daniel Vidic. Not much of a match. Sheamus doesn't have... they're not doing anything with the guy. He came back. It looked like he was going to get a huge push. It's like, he's already lost in the shuffle. They do Jeff Hardy Chapter 3 Redemption. They show WrestleMania 33, and they can't show Matt Hardy. When they come back at WrestleMania 33, they make that amazing return. The crowd goes nuts. One of the biggest pops you'll ever hear in your life. I remember how awesome it was. I remember marking out. And then they can't show who's with them. They show Matt Hardy once. It's so bad. They have Chris Jericho now. I guess any AEW star they can't show, but they're not going to show Matt Hardy. That was pretty obvious. The air clips of Triple H and DX invading WCW in 1998. I haven't seen that a million times on TV. Yeah, we know what happened. It wasn't even that big of a story, to be honest. It was a cool segment, but, they make it so much bigger than what it really was. Michael Cole and Corey Graves discuss Jeff Hardy again. They say he'll be in the Hall of Fame Sunday, and they don't understand Sheamus' attitude. Sheamus is just standing behind Cole and knocks his headset off, so I guess that's what they're going to have Sheamus do. It seems like they're going to build up Hardy for the win, the way they're setting it up. Lucha House Party is against Miz and Morrison. I don't know why Miz and Morrison are doing jobs Lucha House Party. John Morrison came back a couple months ago, and he's already feels like he's a jobber. Miz and Morrison losing to these guys is just awful. I don't get it. Why did you even take the belt off them? Why do you want to put it back on the New Day? Who cares about the New Day? They've been champs a million times. Why not just leave it on Miz and Morrison and give them a real reign as champ? Let them take it for a while. Oh, I was just annoyed by this, but Matalik hit a roll-up on the Miz for the win, so... Anyway, to recap, Tamina beating Sasha Banks last week, and she gets the match with Bayley at Money in the Bank, and I'm sure Bayley's friend Sasha is going to be really happy that she lost 2 weeks in a row. Sasha lost at WrestleMania. She gets pinned by Lacey clean at WrestleMania, gets pinned clean by Tamina, gets pinned by Lacey here, sort of clean. So I've said this before, Sasha, I don't want to watch her and Bayley ever again. I don't care. They're going to build this up for 2 months, probably till they want to say SummerSlam's in Boston. No. I don't think they're going to build up Sasha for a win. They've killed her so much. I thought they had the chance to build her up again after she quit or she locked out. She came back. I thought she should have beat Becky in that Hell in a Cell match with Sasha. They didn't have her win, I think, ever since then. They drafted her to SmackDown. Hasn't been much of a deal. Hasn't been a big star. They had her play second fiddle to Bayley, and then it feels like Bayley never got over. And Sasha just she got injured for a while. And then they had her she's just doing jobs. Feels like she just lost in the shuffle. I said this before with Sasha, I think she would be so awesome in NXT, or AEW, not NXT, AEW. If they had Sasha, I think that can change the division. Maybe they get Tessa Blanchard too. That'd be tough with her problems, but if you get them, I think that AEW women's division would be on par with W, but they need to start. I think Sasha would be so much better in AEW. I was really hoping that she wouldn't come back and go there. I think that'd be a better fit for her. She'd be a bigger star there, and she'd really have the chance to work well. I think that'd be a better fit for her at this point, because I don't think she's probably gonna be as happy here. But I don't care about this Bayley and Sasha feud at all. I don't want to watch it anymore. I hate seeing them on TV together. I hate it. I think they're just. I want to see them separate brands. Lacey Evans wins. The match looked like for sure Sasha was going to get her booking it with Lacey's arm. They had Lacey hit a woman's right. Okay, Bayley put Sasha's foot under up. All right, Sasha's going to come back and win. And then it didn't happen. They had Bayley distract referee. Sasha hits a roll up. Referee doesn't see it. And then Sasha came out earlier with a picture of Lacey's daughter. Lacey gets it back and hits Sasha with the picture of her daughter with the woman's right. I was thinking to myself, that's a disqualification, isn't it? Or maybe she had it in her hands, but she hit her with it. But then anyway, I thought it was a DQ. Anyway, Lacey pinned Sasha for the win. Lacey advances to Money in the Bank. I think that should... I've said that. I think with Lacey, who cares? She's not winning that match. No one wants to see that. I don't care about this Bayley-Sasha feud anymore. I think Sasha should be better suited in AEW. There's several stars. Ricochet's another one I think would be better there. After a match, Tamina comes out and kicks Bayley with a super kick. So, yeah, pressuring Tamina and Lacey Evans and all this talent. SmackDown's division, such a joke. Why are you pushing Tamina? Who cares about Tamina? They do a history of Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. It was just so not memorable. He was there for like 6-7 months. Come on. Strowman with the Wyatt family came in SummerSlam that one year. Or the night after SummerSlam, they attacked Reigns and Ambrose. Remember it out. I remember when he first came out, he was just this giant Wyatt family member. I thought, oh, it looks so cool. And then, he never really talked much. And then once he got drafted to Raw, he just kicked ass. And they didn't do a great job with him, but he's champ now. So it wasn't memorable with him and the Wyatt family. They recapped the Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Otis, and Dolph Ziggler feud. Not a big deal. I haven't really done that. I think they've paid it off already. I don't know. I guess we'll see more of it next week. They show Dana Brooke approaching Carmella. Dana Brooke notes that Carmella has a Money in the Bank qualifying match next week, and Carmella said Brooke inspired last week, but tonight they're focused on winning the women's tag team titles. They show Triple H coming back and on tearing his quad in May 2001 and making his return to Madison Square Garden in 2002. I remember watching both those matches. And I remember in 2001, that match was one of my favorite. That was one of the best Raw matches of all time, one of the top 5 ever. Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin defending their tag team titles, the 2-man power trip against Chris Jericho and Chris Benoit. It's sad we can't talk about that match anymore. They didn't show Benoit, obviously, but it's so sad. It was such an awesome match. He tears his quad. That's what made it so legendary. He comes back in the Madison Square Garden and gets a historic pop. Even though he was a heel before it, he got one of the biggest babyfaces reaction probably he's ever had. That was really cool. WWE Women's Tag Team titles are on the line. Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defend their Women's Tag Team titles against Dana Brooke and Carmella. I think it was pretty obvious who was going to win. I didn't buy Carmella and Brooke for a second. I feel like, I remember thinking to myself, I think Alexa and Nikki got the belts at WrestleMania mainly due to the show. They wanted baby faces to win. I feel like if that was at WrestleMania, they probably would have gone to Kabuki Warriors if it took place in Tampa, where it's supposed to. But maybe not. Maybe they were going to go up Bliss and Cross the whole time. It's possible. I think that match is going to be Natalya and Beth Phoenix there too, so I don't know how it's going to play out. But with Kyrie leaving, I guess they could have gone with Bliss. And they still have a lot of potential with Bliss. They like pushing her, but I'm just kind of bored with her and Cross. I'd rather see Bliss as a single star again. I don't know if she needs to be a top heel again. She got pushed too much as a heel champ, but I think they could do more of her as a babyface champ because I think she's really likable. Lexi, the person's a very likable person if you follow her on social media. She's really good with her fans. She's really nice. I think she should be a babyface single star. I think her and Nikki Cross are okay. I think that's run its course. Maybe Nikki turns on her and Alexa gets her revenge and goes back to the women's division, but she'd be a much better opponent for Bayley than Lacey Evans. Even though she always buries Bayley on pay-per-view, she'd be still. I mean, Lacey Evans, come on. I'd take Alexa Bliss over Lacey Evans, not Lacey, Tamina. Are you kidding me? One of those who Alexa's a much better opponent. But I'd like to see her more as a single star again. Match was okay. It wasn't very long. Brooke hit Nikki Cross with the dropstick. Carmella hit a crossbody, and then they went to a commercial. They come back. Carmella hits Alexa Bliss with a series of clotheslines. Dana Brooke hit a springboard elbow on Nikki Cross. Bliss hit a siding drop kick on Dana Brooke. Carmella gets in the match. It looks like she might gonna win, but Nikki Cross makes a blind tag. Then they have a double team finisher. It's basically a 3D DDT. It's Devon and Bubba Ray. Devon gets him up for the 3D and then like a flapjack, and Bubba Ray hits the cutter. Here Nikki hits a flapjack, but Alexa hits a DDT. That's their new finisher, and they pin Carmella, and Lex and Nikki retain. They do the Triple H 25th anniversary celebration, and this is the whole Triple H one. He gets his big celebration. This was easily the best part. He says he couldn't believe it's been 25 years. Suddenly Shawn Michaels' music hits. He gets his way in the ring. Michaels knows that Triple H couldn't have had this celebration without him. Michael says he's got 2 words for you. Michael Cole pushed him away, said social distancing. Michael said he called all of Triple H's family and friends. They're all going to be here to celebrate. They look like the MC Arena, and pointed out Corey Graves and Michael Cole. Michael started talking about the 25th anniversary, and they highlight Triple H's career, starting with DX. Well, Hunter Hearst Helmsley, then DX. They ever made a mistake and always got it done in one take. This was similar to their Hall of Fame induction ceremony last year. That was pretty entertaining. They had a DX video package showing their funniest moments. The video highlighted all Triple H's losses, including Ultimate Warrior, Undertaker, and Ronda Rousey. Triple H asked Shawn Michaels about his losses at WrestleMania. Says it's not about him. They start talking about his career. Stephanie calls Triple H on her phone and says she's watching now. Ric Flair then calls Triple H on his phone, and he praised both of them. This was pretty funny. He says he tells Shawn not to super kick him. Flair starts crying, so he got off the phone. Triple H knew Flair couldn't control it. They have Road Dogg called Triple H next, and this is really entertaining. This is pretty funny. And then finally Vince McMahon comes in. He stands on the ramp, and Michaels decided to step back and let Vince and Triple H have the spotlight. Vince refers to Triple H as his son-in-law and Paul. He called Triple H boring, and this was entertaining. McMahon says this is a terrible way to go out, and he loves Triple H, but Triple H kicked him out. Vince McMahon left and turned lights, and Shawn is still in the ring. and it was just weird. They're playing cricket sounds as the man struts off, and that was Triple H's 25th anniversary special. Strange, it was entertaining, but I guess during the circumstances, I thought it was a pretty entertaining show overall.